Hi, welcome to my channel, Not Your Average Weight Loss. I'm Karen, 56-year-old mom, mother of one. Thank you for joining. If you've been here before, welcome back. So today's topic is starting your GLP-1. If you're thinking of starting your GLP-1 or this is the beginning of your journey, then this video is for you. So here are some things that I wish I knew before starting a GLP-1. I'm on 3 milligrams of compounded tirzepatide, and that's been working for me. I'm not a doctor. This is my journey. So the first one is appetite suppression. You hear about it, right? I'm sure people have mentioned it before, but you don't realize how hard it hits you until it hits you, until that first shot. So I also have some notes and my weight journal, weight loss journal. So for me, when I started the 2.5 milligrams, which is the starting dose of tirzepatide, I was cold. I had headaches for a couple days. That's normal. These are normal things. It's your body adjusting, right? So I immediately noticed my appetite suppressed. In other words, there was no food noise. I wasn't thinking of food constantly, and that's a good thing. It was for me anyway. And the only side effect I had was a mild constipation. Protein, the importance of protein. As you know, protein is important. Why is it important? It causes satiety. It keeps your muscle, right? You want to, on your weight loss journey, you want to lose fat. You don't want to lose muscle. And muscle protein grows muscle, right? So it's very, very important. Don't expect a fast weight loss, okay? The weight loss is going to be slow. About 0.5 to 2 pounds per week. I believe I was averaging about 1.67 pounds per week. So that was for me. And hydration. I wish now I probably drink about a gallon of water a day, but I do wish I knew that in the beginning because I think it probably would have helped me a little bit more with my constipation. I wouldn't have it as much. Now it's, it's mild constipation and it's not all the time. So it is definitely helps. So if you're thinking about starting your GLP-1 journey, I think those are the key things that you should focus on, okay? So what actually happens the 30 days, first month on a GLP-1, right? So your appetite changes. For me, it did. I didn't crave chocolate. I didn't crave sugar. I didn't crave fried foods, right? I was actually craving protein. That's nuts. But I was, and it's good, right? It's a good thing. Your energy changes. So because your appetite is suppressed, your energy is going to be lower, but it doesn't last, once your body gets used to the medication, obviously, that passes and you'll feel better and you feel like doing things. Weight fluctuation. So your weight is going to fluctuate every week. Some weeks you'll lose 0.5. Another week you'll lose 1.3. Another week you'll lose 1.67. It's going to fluctuate. So be aware of that. That's normal. And then the side effects, like I mentioned, for me, it was constipation. But some people get nausea, diarrhea, feeling cold, which I did for my first month. I definitely felt cold. So that was definitely the medication. So what are some things that you should eat on your first week on a GLP-1? Protein. Definitely protein. Prioritize protein. And the other thing I think is what helped me is eating smaller meals. So it's tough to eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So do breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, and then dinner. And prioritize protein, of course. But that will kind of, for me, it gave my body some structure of the meals, right? So eating little meals. And in fact, bodybuilders do that. And it works for them, so why can't it work for us? Just be aware of some foods that do cause nausea. That's why I stayed away from fried food, because I did not want to do that. And some people say alcohol too. I wasn't a big alcohol person, so I really didn't drink a lot, but now I don't drink at all. I just don't have the desire to. And it's added calories, right? So why do that? So what are some of the mistakes that a new GLP-1 user makes? Eating too little. When I started my journey, I was on a 1,200 calorie deficit per day. And how I figured that out was, as I mentioned this before, a TDEE calculator that you can get online. It's free. It's great. You put your weight, your height, gender, etc., and it pops out all of this information for you. It's very useful. I found it very useful for me anyway. Not prioritizing protein, of course, right? Like we talked about, protein keeps muscle. It grows muscle. You want to lose fat. You don't want to lose muscle. So that's why it's important. Not strength training. If you've seen my videos before, I started strength training day 1. By the way, I want to mention, right now I'm in maintenance and I'm on a reverse diet. And I don't know if you guys know the Hume Body Pod. I've gained 3 pounds of muscle through my reverse diet. It's been great. Anyway, if you want to know more about that, go to one of my, I did 2 videos on reverse dieting, so you can do that. Back to the topic, sorry. So yeah, strength training is important. It was for me. Increasing your dose too fast, not a good idea. Everybody knows now, I think, more in the GLP-1 community that, every body is different. I stayed at the 3.0 milligrams. I'm still at the 3.0 milligrams. I'm still taking my weekly shot. And that works for me, right? It works for my body. You have to figure out with your doctor what works for you. And just because if you're not losing weight or you're losing weight you feel too slowly, doesn't mean that you should go up, okay? It's not dose dependent. Just because you're in a high dose doesn't mean you're going to lose more weight. So just be aware of that. Comparing your weight loss journey to someone else's. Again, everybody's different. So your body's going to react differently. So just talk to your doctor and figure that out and what's best for you. So you're asking, is a GLP-1 right for me? Well, there's some factors to consider, right? There's some challenges. Challenges being appetite suppression. Are you going to be able to do the things? The cost, right? These medications aren't expensive. They are definitely a game changer, and they definitely work. And because of that, and Big Pharma, of course, they're not expensive, right? They're just not. And I use compounded tirzepatide. I find that is a little bit more budget friendly than, the branded medication, but you have to make that decision and what your insurance, pays for. Obviously, that's the best option. Best option is what your insurance pays for. And then lifestyle changes. What I mean by lifestyle changes is, are you willing to do the things to make this medication, to use this medication as a tool for you to get healthier? Not just lose weight, but change your lifestyle, change for the better, right? Change to be healthier, to have longevity, to be strong. Whatever goal you have, you're going to have to change your lifestyle. The medicine is not going to do that. You're the one who's going to have to do that. You're using it as a tool. So think about that. So if you found this video helpful in any way, please like and subscribe. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great rest of your weekend with your family. And I will see you guys next week. Enjoy.